What's going on, people? It's Friday the 13th. Friday, Irish people, that is a struggle to say. Friday the 13th. Fucking hell, there's a lot of THs in there. In there. There's a lot. Friday the 13th. Fuck, I'm such a stereotype. You're all very welcome to Buckshot, episode 54 for Friday the 13th of April 2018. It is still 18, isn't it? Yeah. Or as the Irish government would lead us to believe by sticking the extra number on the number plate, this is the year 21,081. There you are. That's a thing that's a thing for anybody listening overseas. The Irish government followed suit of the British government and decided to bring out an extra number plate every year. And some silly reason was given. I don't know what it was. It was a shite reason, but really what it is just it's just to force more car sales, really, isn't it? And nobody has a problem with it. It's like, what? Anyway, no need in getting into all that. You're all very welcome. If this is your first time tuning in, yeah, you've obviously downloaded it, I would assume, or you're streaming it, one or the other. Feel free to hit subscribe, tell all the buddies, share it. And if you are listening on iTunes too, if you do like what you're listening to, why not give it an old rating? I.e., if your rating is good, give it a rating. Because I don't need any education from people. I see some people, like, anyway, anybody who's ever reviewed sound people are listen to my podcast, like well-rounded fucking normal people. Like, I see some people like putting, my comedy page actually got rated. I didn't realise you could rate my comedy page, like I'm a hotel or something, but somebody rated it the other day. It was very kind. They rated it 5 stars, which is what you should. Like, if you feel any less than that, don't bother. You know what I mean? Like, what's the point? Like, you're going to tell, I feel, 3 stars. I just feel, that you could improve on certain areas, Tom. Your cleaner sheets, all the rest of it. Maybe a little mint on the pillow, Tom, of your comedy / podcast. Don't bother, honest to God. If it's anything less than 5 stars, it does nobody any favors. I can do nothing about it. But it does help. Like, the more 5 stars that's on it, it makes it easier for people to find it. Apparently on iTunes, or which is now called Apple Podcasts. I don't know what was the problem with fucking iTunes, just leaving it on iTunes. I don't know, but anyway, it's Apple Podcasts. But if you are listening, feel free to leave an owl. And out 5-starry there. Leave a 6-star if the option is there, sure, why not? Anyway, you're all very welcome. If you need to follow me anywhere, fucking don't, you weird bastard. Fuck off. On any of the social platforms, very easy to find. Tom O'Mahony Comedy will find it on most, It's all one word on Instagram. Tom_O'Mahony. But Tom O'Mahony Comedy you'll find on Twitter too. O'Mahony being, as it is described, it's written in this fucking podcast, so you'll be able to just with no E in the Mahoney bit, you'll be fine. You'll find it. And I think Chatty Snaps is Tom Bear O'Mahony, so it's all the one word. Well, it's not really. It's 3 words smashed together because that's just how social medias are. I'm not going to expand beyond that. I don't think there's any need to expand beyond that. I struggle with even what we have. Some people have far more time on their hands, and I don't know, is it time or is it just I'm not good enough to be quick enough on it, that kind of way. I don't think I do the old stories and stuff on Instagram and all the rest of it, and a bit on the old Chatty Snaps, but like, it's hard to know. Are you pissing into the wind? I can see all the, you can see every so often when I look it up that you can see the people are actually looking at your videos or whatever, but are people benefiting from it? I don't know. I'm not Elon Musk. I'm not educating people. Although maybe people just like the silliness of the stupid shit I put up. Feel free to follow all that kind of stuff. But more importantly, share the podcast. That's probably the best one, really, because at least then you can just listen. There's something to be gained from it, that kind of way. Oh, lordy. Or, yeah, just, and if you want to find the podcast easily or updates on gigs and that kind of thing, just go into tomomahony.com. Type in that exact literally words, tomomahony.com. Gigsy Wigsies, and new videos and stuff will be going up there. I'm going to add a couple more pages to it. Again, if anybody has any advice on website stuff, or I don't know, Gordon made a fine job of it when he built it, so I think I will have to stick in another page or two for other bits and pieces, but I'm slowly but surely learning that. But I don't know what people want to see on a website, so feel free to tell me what you think, if you know anything about websites or if you're into that kind of thing. That instead of any old fucking 5 stars or any of that kind of stuff, well, yeah, feel free to 5-star. But that's where I can actually get some usable criticism, is tell me what I need to do to the website, what you'd like to see more of, and I can fucking do with that. Just, it's like fucking handing a dog a fucking drill. What's he going to do with it? Like, just, that was a shit analogy, I admit. That was a really shit analogy. I was trying to be doing it on the quick. Where have I been this week? I was talking to you like on Monday. Stuck out the Nathan one. Where the fuck? I was in Straffan, the lovely town of Straffan on Monday. I was holding castings for a filming thing that's coming up. But sure, look, don't worry. Very nice people. Well dressed, well turned out people. Straffan is a nice part of the country. It's there's a few bob around Straffan. The K Club is there. The K Club, for anybody again who outside Ireland. I think the Ryder Cup was there at one stage. It's fairly snazzy. It's a very cutesy village too. Like, it's kept very well. Yeah, I think Conor McGregor might live in the K. I think he did live in one of the houses that's on the golf course there. I may be wrong on that, but I think he may or may not live there. But I think there was uproar, that the committee weren't happy with when he moved in, because not that it was just the fact that it was Conor McGregor, but the fact that I think himself and his buddies were like revving Lamborghinis and stuff like that, and fucking quads and whatnot. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? Conor McGregor is wild, so if you're going to let him move into your local area, expect some revving sounds from Lamborghinis. Simple kind of par for the course. No fucking surprises there, lads. I'm not sure if he lives there anymore. I will find out over the coming weeks, because I'll be talking more with these people. Tuesday night, I was in the Roisin Dove in Galway. Very lovely little crowd. And that's where we recorded this podcast on the way back. Myself and the mighty Johnny Candon, we got over to Galway around 8:45. And the Roisin Dove has been a long-standing kind of music venue, comedy venue, and Carl Spain hosts the comedy carnival, spelt with a K, I think is what it is, as you would imagine. Carl, past friend of the show, past guest, he hosts it, and it was myself. Oh God, she was very good, American woman. She was on, Jesus, I can't remember her name. Fuck it, is it Jackie? Very good, very good comedian. She was on. I'd never heard of her. Like, this is, or I'd never met her or whatever. But it was just interesting. It was good. It's good to see that. Like, you know what I mean? That Carrie Johnson, yeah, that's her. Good comedian, good funny stuff. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know how much gigging she's done. I didn't get a chance to do much talking to her or whatever. But keep an eye out for her. She's good. She's one of the new up and comers, I would say, if she keeps the old foot on the throttle. That was a good night now. It was enjoyable. Because they do a good job over there. It's nice to just pop. I mean, there's the only real place in Galway. I mean, the lads have the smallest comedy club in Ireland. That's actually the name of the club, in the Dewdrop Inn. That's with Bobby Hennigan. And is it? I don't know who else is in with Johnny there. Might be Johnny or with Bobby. I think it might be Johnny Graham. I've never done that one. I've never done it. I think the lads kind of keep it quite local, which is fair enough. If it's very, very small, it'd be hard to be paying lads to come all the way over to fucking from Dublin, because that's typically where most comedians are based or whatever, so you know yourself. And then there's the lads that have the cellar. It is actually in a cellar. I've done that once or twice, I think. That's John O'Hare has that one. That's a good one. But again, they're a bit more infrequent than the Roisin Dove is a long-standing venue and all the rest of it, so that was good. And I was in the International last night, Thursday night, for the first of 4 gigs over this weekend. I was there. I didn't get to see anybody really, because I just rocked in like a pure fucking superstar. I was closing the show, so I didn't have time to get in there early or whatever, so I only got in just in time to see Sean Nolan was on ahead of me, previous winner of Ireland's New Comedy Awards. Sean was on, and we closed the door because they closed the door. I didn't get to sit in, but he had a good gig. I met Alison Spittle in the stairs, and Ashley Bentley, I think, was there as well. Again, I'm assuming they had very good gigs. I didn't get to see them. I just went on, and I did a very enjoyable gig. It was kind of an odd one. They were a great crowd, but sober, and it's good to kind of play different crowds because they were sober as fuck, so there was very little rolling laughter. It was like extremely loud fucking hearty laughter, and boom, fucking pull up the anchor. Then extremely loud laughter, boom, pull up the anchor. You know what I mean? It was kind of, it's interesting, like, just what made that dynamic the way it was. It was funny because as Aidan was introducing me on the stage, he was like, yo, this next guy, he's been in, you know, there was people there who would come to fucking see me, so there was no need in a major, not saying that the fucking whole place knew who I was, still no harm in giving a good introduction or whatever, but it was funny. He was like, this guy was in Aidan. It's not that he's got a weird voice, he actually is from New York, so I'm doing a terrible New York accent. This guy was in like Demo and Iva, and some woman down the back went, oh God! Do you know, her initial feelings were just blown out of her face. You know, she went, oh God! And then she realised what she said, and then people were kind of chuckling, and I couldn't wait to get on stage to see what was up. The poor woman was so down with embarrassment. She just, and I pushed her to. I was like, what's up? What's your issue with Demo and Ivor? What is it? And it was like, she just didn't know I think she thought that somebody was going to come on in character, and she didn't like the show or whatever. I don't know, but she just couldn't keep it like, she just couldn't keep her emotions under wraps, which is I found quite funny. I explained to her, it's okay. It's okay to have emotional outbursts every so often. It's fine. I was just an actor in a TV show. It's okay. But I don't know what she expected. I think the woman was just, it was like she nearly got a fright at the sound of it. Because normally, like, people will either go yay or nothing. Do you know what I mean? They go, I didn't watch any TV shows that he was in, so move on, bring him on stage. I'm pretty sure he's not going to be in the character that he was on the TV show. But it was fun. It was a fun gig. Got to try out. I had him in my head, and then before I knew it, fucking time was running by. Me blabbing my fucking, but I got to try out a couple of new little bits. So it was nice. They went in the tank. So that was good. How has the week been? I'm not going to I got very excited. I saw that there's an artificial intelligence factory opening in Sligo in the west of Ireland. AI. So that is where fucking Skynet is going to, that's where the downfall is going to start. It's going to be in Sligo, where the machines fucking take over. I thought we weren't going to allow them in, lads. Between them and Monsanto, we're fucked. That's it. Skynet is going to start over there. The rise of the machines. Fuck it. There's no point in going into what I did get to. Jesus Christ, I had no idea the business that fucking dog grooming is. Anyone? Dog grooming? Fuck me. 5 different dog groomers, fully booked out. I wanted to get the old dog spruced up because she's looking a bit wild since her last one. Because the last place we took her was out the country when we were living out the country, and it was like, yeah, grand, rock her up here on Friday. Lovely job. Fuck me, there was like one that were booked out for 3 weeks. What? What the fuck? So I found this one amazing name too. Peter Barks. Fucking dog groomers. Amazing. To anybody, again, who isn't familiar with Ireland, there's a chain of high-end hairdressing chain all around Ireland called Peter Marks. Named after 2 blokes that started in like the 80s, I think, Peter and Mark, which makes sense. I don't know if Peter and Mark still own Peter Marks, but Peter Barks. And they even have their logo, quite like them and everything. But they're a mobile groomer, so it just sounds a fucking pound. There'll be a bloke turning up here at lunchtime on Monday to give the dog an old clipping. Fucking couldn't ask for better. Fucking good price too, in fairness. I won't get into the price of it, but it is a good... The only thing is you get like fucking 6 months, 5-6 months out of an old haircut for a dog. But that's... Yeah. Do you know what I need to ask? If anybody knows, would you fill me in on this, please? We possibly have quite a long flight somewhere before the end of the year, right? Myself and the good lady herself. It's a fucking, like, we're talking, like, fucking fair long. And it's normally Dubai and then on, like, it's near Madagascar. We're going to Mauritius. Possibly. No, not just for a holiday, for a wedding. But I don't want to do just two boom, because you're fucked for a few days. Like, I want to do it over, like, take like 4 or 5 days to get there. Do you know what I mean? Because it's once in a lifetime kind of stuff, like. So I'm wondering, because no matter what way you go, you know the way on Google Maps, like, you can add in extra stops. Like, you can go, yes, I'm going from Dublin to fucking Kerry, but I want to stop in fucking Portlaoise. I want to stop in Limerick, and then I want to stop in Cork. Right, and it'll break it down. It'll do the road map for you, and it'll give you the time and distance between each one. But you can't seem to do that with flights. You can just pick the start and the end, and how are you okay with stops in between, and it just randomly picks stops. Like, I kind of want to stop in, like, I want to fly. Here's the thing: I want to fly to Germany. I think Germany would be good for a day or so, and then fly on maybe to somewhere, maybe the Emirates, but I've no fucking, I think I'm going over there for gigs or whatever, like, but I want to go to Africa. I want to go to Africa, so maybe Kenya or something like that, or maybe even like Germany, then fucking, I don't know, fucking Turkey for a minute, and then on to Kenya, that kind of way, and then Kenya straight out to Madagascar, and then I can sort the rest from there. Does anybody know? Is there any? Because I've been googling the shit out of it. Does anybody have any notions of how I would go about that, other than, like, I suppose I'm going to have to go into a travel agent if otherwise. Do you know what I mean? But then they'll be fucking handling the whole fucking thing, and it's like, I don't want to stay at any fucking resorts or any of that shit. Like, I just want a fucking hotel in the cities and handle it myself. You know what I mean? A day or two at a time. Anyway, does anybody know how I would go about doing that? Fucking answers on a postcard, send them to, just put Tom on it. It'll be fine. That is actually my big question for the listeners. Anyway, moving swiftly along. If you do, that would be great. Also, there's a Patreon page for this podcast, everybody. You probably heard me rattling on about it before. If you feel the need to just share the podcast, that's class. The Patreon page, if you don't want to know what it is, it's for artists who basically putting their stuff out there for free. And the idea being that is, if you appreciate their art or whatever they're creating, whether you consider it art or not, or whatever the fuck it is, if you like it, you're like, yeah, I want to hear more of this. I don't want it to fucking go away. I enjoy fucking downloading this on a weekly basis. And you want the upkeep, because the upkeep is a pain in the bollocks to a degree when you're like, you have to physically drive places and whatnot. Also, but more importantly, I want to upgrade the fucking gear. The old fucking gear is pricey enough for the game, lads. I won't lie to you. And I mean, further down the line, I'm going to get decent cameras and stuff like that. But the gear, the recording gear, is where it's all at. And that's what I fucking want to get. Feel free to go onto Patreon. I'll put the link in the description. But it's patreon.com/Tom O'Mahony Buckshot. You'll find it there. I will be putting up, once I find a way of hiding the videos. Right now I'm just putting up videos and content and stuff on it, so people can see what it is. But once I find a way of actually making them patron only, then they will be only Patreon only, and they'll be of just funny videos and clips from podcasts and stuff like that, because I've filmed them pretty much all, bar this one, just to give you a brief insight, was filmed in the car, or recorded in the car, so there was no point on the way back from fucking Russian Dove in the dark, so there's no point in fucking filming. There's no point in filming. Gigs coming up this week. If this is Friday, I'll be into International tonight, and 2 shows tomorrow night. Where will I be after that before I'm talking to you next week? Let me have a fucking gander here on the old TomO'Mahony.com website. Jesus Christ, I can't even... Hold on, I definitely had this open. This is technical Tom. Oh Lord, I am good. Oh, right. Oh no, that's grand. I jumped a fucking week there for some reason. Yeah. Oh, that's grand. Should I be talking to you before then, lads? I'll be talking to you before then. That's grand. Gigs are next weekend, so that's fine. I'll be talking to you before then. Like I said, if you are interested, I'll be sticking up. I need to stick up a few more. I know I'm not up to date. I know there's a few more after coming in and stuff like that. I am very excited. I'm going to be hosting again next Saturday, not tomorrow, but next Saturday I'm going to be hosting down in Limerick. If you're in the Limerick region and you like Munster Rugby, I'll be hosting a Heineken event like I do a lot of the time. I don't know who the rugby legend is going to be. Possibly it'll be Eddie O'Sullivan again. And I'll be in House house limerick where we actually did the photo launch for the Panto last year. So I was dressed in different fucking attire the last time I was down there. They're tough in that I have to rein myself in from being a total comedian too. Like, you know what I mean? It's there's times when I'm doing these things like, hey, how's it going? How's everybody doing? What's up? Then I have to realize, oh, hold on, Tom. You're to be just the person bringing the legend on stage. Nobody came to see you. But I'll be talking to you about that before, and I'll be telling you about more gigs anyway. Right, moving swiftly along. My guest today is the fantastic Johnny Candon. He is one of the fucking funniest people, hands down, that I've ever met. And just one of the most fucking soundest. Just he's a pure sweetheart of a bloke. Like, there's that fucking inch of badness in this fella. He's just the fucking nicest bloke you'll ever meet. And on top of that, you should follow this guy on Twitter. Like, he has a tweet that he tweeted one time, and I think I may have mentioned it in the podcast. And this is the vibe of what you're getting and this is one of his tweets. I'm on the train at the minute, and it seems the rest of the passengers don't seem too happy with the fact that I'm eating a tuna sandwich. So by way of apology, I'm eating it seductively. And that's the vibe of what you're getting with Johnny Candon. He's been around forever. He's gigged with everybody. I mean, in this one, he talks about touring around the country in their college gig days. Himself, John Oliver, and Andy. Oh, Jesus, I forgot his name. Stuart Lee hanging out with him. Alex Zane is the buddy Alex who he's talking about. This wasn't just a whole fucking thing of name dropping, but you got to drop names if you got to drop names. To give you, I tried to, and see, this is why I want better gear. There is quite a bit of road noise from the car throughout this, but I pulled out as much of it as I can with the minimum amount of fucking ability that I have when it comes to fucking sound editing. I'm self-taught, guys. YouTube, I've learned tiny amounts. Like, I don't use 1/10 of that program, but I've pulled out as much. But if you better gear, fucking, you know what I mean. Anyway, it is totally audible. It's absolutely fine, but just to be aware that there is car noise. And at a period in the middle of it, I had to pull over for a slash. So it's explained in the podcast why sound changes at one point, because I pull in and then we're off again. So, and then you can actually tell the different tarmac we're driving on. The sound gets better. Fantastic. Anyway, you're going to enjoy this one. Please give it up for the fantastic Johnny Candon. Here we are, JC.
What's this?
We're currently, what the fucking hell, it's 12:30.
12:30 at night. How far from Dublin are we?
I reckon we're at least 120k.
That's going to be an awesome podcast.
Isn't it? The whole fucking way talking past every town we're passing.
What I'm going to do is every kilometre that we pass, I'll just shout it out.
Yeah. The milestone that is Johnny Candon. I thought it was quite apt that we should have the podcast in the car anyway, because the first time we probably got to hang out was actually driving in the car heading to Belfast.
Yeah. Was it heading to? It was heading to and from. Or did I stay over?
No, you came back down. You were delighted with that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, delighted is probably... I was delighted, but the thing is that hotel in Belfast...
It's quite nice.
It's lovely.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
The townhouse in Belfast, opposite the Empire, to a lovely breakfast. So, and the gig is lovely. Yeah, we did. That was we drove back.
It was a fun one. What not a bad gig tonight. To be honest with you, was looking fucking dodgy when we showed up at first. It was like, what?
Yeah.
Not a sinner. And then all of a sudden, oh, thank God. I went to the toilet, came back, and people had migrated in from somewhere.
Yeah. There was tons of them there. That was fun. It was, for anyone listening to this, it was me, Tom, Carl Spain, and who else was that?
What's her name? Jackie? No. Oh, shit, man. I forget. She seemed like a nice enough...
Lovely woman.
Yeah, from, good comic too, actually.
Seattle.
Yeah.
And, it was good. It was fun.
For anybody who doesn't follow Johnny on any of the social medias...
There isn't anybody who doesn't follow me.
You should, though. One of the... before I even met you, I think one of my favourite tweets / Facebook posts, I don't know which it was one of yours.
Oh, yeah?
It was about eating a tuna sandwich. Do you remember that one?
No.
it was something along the lines. I'm paraphrasing here now, but it was something along the lines of the people on this train don't seem too happy about me eating my tuna sandwich. So by way of apology, I'm eating it seductively.
Oh yeah, do you know what I do? Yeah. I do.
That is definitely one. No, it is one of yours. I know it's one of yours.
No,
Yeah.
I wrote that definitely. Yeah. I'm very funny. It's yeah. I like Twitter and Facebook. Do you ever get that kind of thing where you're in the shower and you just that's what it's good for. It's like it's when you're kind of just having a sing along to yourself in the shower.
Brain farties.
Yeah, exactly.
People do take it a bit too seriously, though, don't they? They're,
Yeah, I mean,
trying to get
sure. Yeah, I don't know. Are you going to stay on Facebook? Are you on Facebook still?
Yes, but it's only ever silly stuff I put up. I don't put up anything that's like. My wife, she was like, Jesus Christ, all I'm seeing is people bitching and moaning. I don't see any of those people. Because I'm pretty sure I've either silenced them or defriended them, or Facebook has realised, oh, sure, Tom just likes funny cat videos. That's all I see, and that's pretty much all I share is like funny people falling over into combine harvesters and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know, I don't really get a whole pile of use out of it. It's not really a massive use. I like Instagram. I like Instagram because there's a lot of...
Is Instagram the one that you send the photograph and it disappears after 5 seconds?
No, that's our fucking Snapchat. That's good for nothing, really. That's good for nothing. Although there is some funny faces you can put on. Like,
I've never understood the point of Snap. I get that some people send pictures.
I don't get the point of it at all. I don't know what the point of it is at all. I think like it's social media of sorts, but like people, especially the youngsters when I was working on the Panther, they all snapped each other and snap. I said, are you just texting each other like with pictures and right? They were like, a bit, yeah. So it's like, oh, okay, so it's just a way of communicating.
But is it though? I mean, the thing is, it's like you're kind of, so say the picture lasts 10 seconds or something.
Oh no, yeah, it does only last 10 seconds, but then you can put one up on what's known as your story, and I think that'll last like 24 hours. Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah, so I don't really know. I guess if you've something to promote and you have a lot of followers, like, it makes sense.
What's your story? Is that a more permanent version of?
It's the 24 hours it lasts for. Instagram has the very same thing. But I like Instagram because that has
that is the most self-involved fucking bullshit I've ever heard in my life.
It's intense.
It's like, here's my story. Who are you? I'm nobody. Well, fucking stuff it.
Yeah.
What's the story of your whole stuff?
Yeah.
It's like this is me and Colin, and we went out and we had a lovely day and we went shopping and then we went to the cinema and then we came out and we had some beers and then we went home and then this morning I had this for food and this is my dog.
That's essentially it. I put up on the stories thing. Normally when I find there's funny faces and I say I don't really know how to work it, but funny faces, and I'll just say funny things, silly things, because I think that's all it's meant to be, silly things. I really should get a tag for the fucking toll.
We're just going through the toll now, and what Tom has just told everybody there, you took your mirror off by the way, is that he's no tag for his car, like a millionaire would have.
Yeah, exactly. No, those things are floppy. Those that basket thing.
No, but you nearly hit a bit of.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, sure. But the thing about the 24 my story.
Yeah.
Now that's. See the idea of Snapchat. Do you know what? Maybe you know the way you kind of go. Maybe it's a different generation. Maybe I'm too old.
Yeah.
But that's mad. That's patronising for a start to younger people, and it's also patronising to me, making out that I have no fucking clue why 6 seconds or 10 seconds lasting photograph. I don't understand why that isn't amazing. And what it is like I just kind of think you're sending a photograph of yourself or something, to someone that you know, and you go, hey, look, here's me doing something. This photograph is self-destruct in 10 seconds. And you're sending it to someone that you have to trust will go, oh God, I'm delighted I've got this. I don't know none of my friends would ever, if I did that, I'd have no friends.
I think people find things interesting that aren't very interesting nowadays. Even because there's been so many cool things come out, we'll say, in the last 15 years. Like ridiculous fucking things. Yeah. I think they're at a point now where it's like Beavis and Butthead almost. Yeah, send me a
For the people who do send Snapchats and 24-hour stories, Beavis and Butthead were two cartoon
Jesus Christ.
cunts from 20 odd years ago, and they are basically made flesh in you cunts.
When did you start in comedy?
Oh, Jesus, it's 19 years ago. This very today. No, 19 years ago this year.
19 moons I've been in. And did you start here or in the UK?
In England, yeah, in London.
What was the scene like 19 years ago?
It was. Do you know what? It was brilliant. It was really. It was very vibrant. There was loads and loads and loads and loads of little clubs that you could go to and be dreadful at. And you could do. Actually, I was talking to a friend of mine about this the other day. We started together. You could do maybe 3 or 4. Sunday was a good night to do it.
Right.
You could do 3 or 4 gigs on a Sunday night, just running around the West End. In London, there was like Live at Porky's. There was Comedy Soho Ho. There was all of these. There was a couple of others. Can't think of the names, but yeah, they were. Live at Buccaneers. All of these things, and yeah, in that you could maybe. Because you know the way you're trying to write 5 minutes of stuff.
Yeah.
To get on, and you could like spend maybe you'd go and see as many gigs as you could, but then say Saturday and Sunday afternoon you'd be right, thinking you were a genius, kind of going, oh,
of course, yeah.
You know, and then you'd go to the first gig and you'd do what you'd written, and it was fucking awful.
So now what do you do when you've got fucking 3 more gigs to do? Like?
Well, you'd be walking to the second gig, you'd be thinking long and hard about why that didn't work, because obviously you'd written it down, or it had occurred to you for some reason. And you're thinking, well, maybe I haven't mined this properly, I haven't interrogated the reason for this material, or some other cunt-sounding.
Oh, wow, yeah.
You know,
I haven't mined.
You know, I haven't looked at it closely enough. And what is this from a storytelling point of view? What do I want to say?
That's so wanky sounding.
It is, yeah. But it's like, but it's very. It's I guess for writing, you're gonna. Then you get to the second one, and maybe you've had a bit more of a handle on it, and so you try it that way, and you go, oh, okay. And then walk into the third gig, or maybe you just nail it at the second gig. I don't know. But walk into the third gig, but you definitely had 3 or 4 opportunities throughout that evening to try out your new 5 minutes. And so you could just go, oh, that's good. I got maybe another 30 seconds out of that. That's grand. Or a minute. Or God help you, 5, you know. If you're deluded. And think that just because you said it on stage makes you a comedian.
In the bag.
Yeah. I said it, so now it's material. So, and if they don't get it, oh my God.
That's still a condition that some people have.
Yeah, more and more. It's just, I don't know. I think the whole point of it, if you're gonna go on and say at a comedy night, then it needs to be funny. People need to laugh.
That's a very valid point you make.
You can't walk away from it and go, oh my God, they didn't get it. What a bunch of morons. I mean, you know, this is my second gig and my first gig rocked. So it's like, you just have to be funny. And if they're laughing, then you're funny. And if they're not, then you're not. And that, obviously, that's not a blanket rule. Obviously, there'll be a gig where you've done the same joke a million times and they've all laughed. And then you do it at the millionth first and they don't. But that's just...
It's still a shunt to the system, isn't it? Like?
Yeah, well, no, of course it is. It's like, and it happens to everybody. But it's what's the word? You just have to keep. There's a formula to it. There's a formula to stand up in that. You think of something makes you laugh, and you think, can I just say this as it's occurred to me, or do I need to work on it to make it more accessible to an audience? Accessible doesn't necessarily mean, hey, how are you doing? It's more like, you know, do I need to add a word here or an explanation or a sentence here?
Yeah.
Rather than what made me laugh when I was drifting off to sleep. You know, but that's comedy.
Because I did a gig in Abbey Leaks a couple of weeks ago, and it was to 200 people with their arms folded.
Right.
And as I was...
Is that a charity gig?
Yeah.
You unfold your arms gig?
Yeah. And it was... And these people were just... I mean, had Brendan Grace or Pat Short walked on, they probably would have been in a better frame for it. But it was funny, like there was people covering their mouths from trying to stifle their laughing. And I only copped that the parish priest had walked in just as I was walking on stage, and everybody else had copped it too.
Yeah.
And I went, all right, listen, I'm not sure. Have you been to this kind of a thing before? Or is it? I said, what's your name? I said to the priest. He goes, John. I know. What's your father name? He goes, oh, Father Hennessy. I said, Father Hennessy, you okay with some swear words? He goes, yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
I see that. And you could see everybody all of a sudden go, oh, grand Father Hennessy's okay with it. But like a couple of years ago, I wouldn't have known what to do in that institute, in that scenario. Like, but it was still like I was 5 minutes in, and there was little or no happening. And
it's really weird that like you know, maybe that's why comedy in Ireland is I wouldn't say easier, but it's easier than it is in England. In that in England there's I think we're more conditioned to be deferential to whoever's the loudest.
Yeah.
And it goes from the pulpit to the boring cunt in the pub. You know what I mean? It's like it's like whoever's nudging people and going, come on, guys, shut up, yo! Lads! Yo, you fucking fuck off, yo! Everybody else sort of go, oh, it's Larry Gas, Larry's the Ashley's the
That's pretty much what I had to do that night, was just go, right, you shower of cunts.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying, like, it's like, if you're in a bar, say, on a Sunday afternoon with your family, and it's your dying aunties, you know, last few pints, some fucking fella called, you know, Bogo comes in and starts nudging people. Get up there now, you. Where's your smile? Come on now, you fucking boring bastard. People will kind of defer to them. Because they're loud, and they feel that by not joining in with that or something, they're not being crack or class. You know,
class.
That's such a fucking passive aggressive word.
Class. It actually is.
We're going to take a word from the 80s and bring it back because we're classy, which will be class.
We should totally do that. You know, we'll probably be able to make t-shirts.
We're probably going to hate that and stuff like that. Shut up, you fucking fannies. But it's like, but it's that, and I guess that maybe that I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I think we're kind of conditioned a little bit to listen to the guy with the loudest voice.
Yeah, I was actually only being asked today by my father about do I ever have a time, you know, when it's just beginning to end, there's no life, and the only genuine time when there was zero, like, well, it was looking like it was going to go that way. A good 20 minutes out of a 45-minute set was Antwerp.
Wow.
Have you had it? It was just a bunch of people who just had never known to smile in public. They'd paid.
I've never had a bad gig.
I know, of course you haven't. It was just, and it actually brought me back. It was like, Jesus,
I just say to any comedians listening to this, you have.
Yeah.
You're awful. You're fucking awful. The trick to not having a bad gig is just don't have one. But anyway, carry on, sorry.
But I was just saying that night, like, it was just so strange. They weren't they weren't rude or anything. They were like, oh. So, and it happened to be a broken-ish kind of piano.
Right.
That was out of tune piano beside the stage. So I just started banging on that. I just said, I may as well do this because clearly you don't know what the crack is like. And then once I kind of explained to him that, look.
That's the best way to get to know what he's back. You don't know what the crack is, so eat this. Clank, 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 clank.
That's essentially it. And it just weirded him out to the point where, all right. And it was strange because it was like a 28 quid a ticket gig, like.
Yeah.
Do you know, it was like, why? But I think it was just not enough. I think they weren't used to being loud, vocally kind of bastards that we are, like, you know.
Where was this?
Antwerp.
Oh, shit. Oh, Antwerp. Actual Antwerp.
Actual Antwerp,
oh,
yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's class.
You're going to use class now for the whole way home, aren't you?
I just think it's such a fucking moronic phrase. It's you know, when I was a kid, when I was like 15,
right,
I used to say things with class, and then in the last 3 or 4 years I've heard it creep back in, and I just kind of go, oh.
I haven't said it in years. I'm going to say it now the next week.
Just wonder, is it sort of some sort of ironic culture thing, or is it genuinely just something that's kind of crept back in? Maybe somebody's dad went, oh, I see, fair play if you're getting your homework finished, that's class. And that child then went, my dad Someone said something that sounds vaguely cool, and then went out. It's like zombies biting each other, and it's spreading throughout the world. It's just like class. You know, and it's like, and it's just, I don't know why it bothers me. It doesn't really. I think it's class, but it's just.
I heard somebody say it the other day. Cavan people have said it forever. They've never stopped saying it.
But let's let them have it. So.
And they say it with like an extra A in the middle of it. So it's like
class.
Oh, that's class. That is. It's class. It's like, oh.
It's just ironic, given that Cavan people wouldn't know class and wouldn't know.
She's not very acidic of you, Johnny.
Listen, come here, if you're listening to this in Cavan.
They're not. They don't have
They'll be burnt
electricity.
as a witch with the electricity. You know? We found this thing. It speaks. But no, it's I don't really mind. It's like it's that kind of. I guess it's a youngster thing, is it? But although the people that you hear saying class now aren't youngsters either.
No, that's not who.
Middle-aged comedians.
Yeah,
But
that's not who I heard from. Like somebody like Carl Spain would definitely say class.
I don't think Carl would say it.
Wouldn't he?
No.
Carl's not cool, like.
Neither are the people who say class.
No.
Class. Carl's cool.
Is he?
Yeah, because he just tries to be cool.
Right enough.
Do you know what I mean? It's that just I don't know. It's that sort of. You see, the thing is, I think Irish comedy at the moment is like English comedy in 1992 or something like that. In that, I was listening to a podcast a while ago. It was an interview with what's his name, David Padilla.
Oh yeah.
And he was talking about how he and Rob Newman were put together with Steve Hunt, Hugh Dennis, the Mary Whitehead Experience, and it kind of went big. It like the whole comedy thing was kicking off anyway in England. Like there was magazines like The Face that had comedies. Stand-up comedies that new rock and roll, you know. Yeah. And I guess people like it wasn't Ed really then, but Ed Byrne kind of was serving that wave, and there was lots of people. Not when I say serving that wave, he was a talented dude who was just coming in then. You know, he and other like it was also kind of going, oh look at these good-looking guys, and it was guys. It was no women. It was quite a male-dominated kind of thing. So in the way that rock and roll was then, I guess if the equation is if you're conflating the two, it's like back in the 60s, like it was the Beatles and the Stones and the this and the that, and it was still very male-dominated, and people like Kathy Hayridge, Ronna Cameron, and all those people weren't kind of included. But I guess it was the sort of kind of, you know, this is the way it is, you know, and kind of thing. Whereas now in Ireland, I sort of think people think the biggest mistake is thinking stand-up comedy is cool. In that it can't be, because I think you have to be sort of going on stage maybe, and this is my take on it, so anybody listening to this who disagrees, first of all, don't talk to me about it because I don't give a fuck, and secondly, I think I'm right, and I am. It's like you can't, I don't think you can go on stage and be that kind of unless it's ironic and you're the butt of your own joke. Going up on stage and go, so listen guys, strap the fuck in, I'm going to change some minds. If you don't listen, you don't agree with what I'm saying, then you're fucking wrong, and you're a racist, or you're a sexist, or you're a this, you know. Just go on and use your comedy wisely. And I don't mean use your powers wisely, I'm saying write jokes that make people think what you want them to think without beating them over the head with it. Yeah. You know,
but they still have to be jokes.
They do. Of course they do. No, the primary function of your set is to make people laugh. I think that's where sometimes it's fascinating to me where you kind of you'll turn up at a gig and you'll see somebody and you kind of go, that be balls out cocky, like some dude just kind of you're trying to get laid maybe. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you're just kind of go, this isn't what this is for. It's not you have to just go make people laugh. If you want to get laid, then talk to somebody who fancies you and make them interested in you.
Yeah, don't be wasting people's time by telling them.
Standing up there, kind of going, so I was banging this bitch the other day, and she was fucking screaming her head off, and then I flipped her over and gave her a birthday present. Yeah. And people are sitting there going, what the fuck? But there is that's a not that exact wording, but there's a what's it called, the piece of material that gets me laid. Have you ever heard of that? Like people have.
Wasn't like Andrew Dice Clay. No.
I don't know, because the thing is, it's been a long time since I've ever seen that guy. But I mean, it's definitely there's definitely people like it's kind of a bit of material kind of going. Guys, you gotta be careful with the women. You gotta take care of your woman. You gotta work the clit. You gotta be gentle there. You gotta work it. And then when you feel it getting wet, you kind of go, do you like this? And you gotta know when she likes it. And you gotta know when she doesn't. And it's all this kind of like creepy fucking stuff.
Oh my god!
And with the idea that there'll be some moron in the audience sitting there, and she's going, "Oh my god, I wanted to do that to me." And you go, "What? You want a stranger sitting 50 feet away from you to fucking finger you? All right, fire away then." But it's like, but it works. It's like
it doesn't work. Like,
totally works.
I suppose if there's idiot blokes that think that's gonna work,
that's really
then
sexist.
there is, but then there's going to be idiot women who go, that's working.
Yeah, of course. And,
so they're welcome to each other, but just stop doing fucking comedy and stay the fuck out of our way. Like,
it's not really comedy though. It's more sort of like it's
but stop showing up at clubs and getting on stages because you've no fucking business there.
Yeah.
I when I was starting out, I seemed to, you're lumped in with all these kind of people. I remember looking at a few going, oh, I know there's no brochure on this or book on this, Carry On, really, but like, what the fuck are you doing? And some they're going, so women be fucking crazy. You're going, okay.
Bitches be nuts, yo.
It's like, what's this? This isn't fucking funny. It's not even, I mean, well, it's not to say my stuff was gold, but at least I was trying. I was going, well, this sounded funny in my head at the very least. Like,
I think you can be a man on stage saying bitches be nuts, yo, as long as you're the butt of the joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
and that's not me. And any women listening to this, I'm saying this because I want to have sex with you. It's and any men listening to this, I'm saying this because I don't want to have sex with you. But it's no, it's kind of like, I don't think there's any subject that is off limits for comedy. I think it's the way, as Frank Carson would say, it's the way you tell it. And I think you need to be, I think the rule of it is maybe you need to be able to stand behind what you say. Not maybe, you definitely need to be able to stand behind what you say.
Yeah.
So if you go up on stage and say whatever you like, whatever the fuck you like, you need to be able to stand behind that. And the first thing you need to be able to defend is, was it funny?
Yeah.
That's because it's comedy. It's like it's comedy. So if you go up there and you say anything, then the first thing to defend is, oh, the people didn't laugh. Why was that? You know what I mean? And it's not lecturing. It's not preaching. It's not lecturing. It's not passive aggressive. Just passive. Just saying. It's not that. It's comedy. So
yeah, I've always said, like,
unless it's told in the form of a joke, unless it's told in the form of a joke, fuck off then. You've no business. You're taking someone else's spot.
Well, that's it. Like,
it's funnier.
Or even people getting insulted by things. Like, I've never actually had anybody. No, I had it was a corporate gig before. This woman came up and went, "Yeah, I could have. Maybe you should have went to this." And it was like, would you ever fuck off? You never gave us the brief beforehand. But I gave her the time.
What was she saying? Who was she?
She was part of HR, and she came up afterwards and went, I was kind of hoping now you would have. Would you never fucking said? Had you said, and this is a private gig, I absolutely would have done something for you, all right, in the way of talking to this person.
That's the fault of the company.
But that's fair enough. But it was like, this is the only environment that I would actually accept some input. But when it's in a public forum, i.e. a comedy club, and somebody goes, you mentioned orthopedic shoes, I've got a bad leg, I didn't like that bit. And it's like, oh, you didn't mind me fucking laughing at the Syrians in the previous one. Oh no, I like that.
Yeah, but it's Syrians. I don't give a fuck about your bad leg. I didn't give you a bad leg. But
it's what people feel you're personally talking to them. Like, it's like a woman in Castlebar one night, she lost her mind because
there seems to be a lot of women getting angry with you.
Yeah. Well, no, to be fair, it's a woman from HR. She was just making suggestions. No, this woman, she lost her mind, not just with me, but she lost it with Paul Marsh and Totally Wired that night. She thought everything, even though it wasn't being directed at her at all, or at anybody in particular,
Yeah.
I was talking about...
Was this the fuck Fiona gig? She came up with, listen, I'm Fiona, and I'm actually just even angry at the name of the gig.
When she came, myself, I'd been on, and I said something about being in Mayo before and being coerced into the brick and bracket shop by this magical little old hairy chinned woman,
right?
Because that was the last time I was in Mayo.
Yeah.
And that was that. And then Marsh said something about being 45 and over, and that he's bollocks now. And the break was on, and she comes around to the two of us in the green room and says,
"How'd she get to the green room?"
Don't know, because she's not meant to be in there. Like, it was, she stuck her head in anyway. She goes, "You were very good." When you hear that, you know what's coming. Like, "You were very good," right? She had this manic look in her eye. And she says, "By the way, all women in Mayo don't have hairy chins, okay?" I went, "Oh, yeah. In fact, that would be okay." And she turned to Mash, she goes, "And by the way, I'm in my 50s and I have plenty of fun, right?" And I just went, "Lady, none of that was directed at you. We were talking into the cloud. It's all for fun." "Yeah, okay, fine." That's her exact word. She goes back down, totally wired her talking to some woman about possibly getting divorced to the man.
"I don't have a sex face."
Yeah. They hadn't even gotten to that.
Yeah.
They were chit-chatting to this couple, and they said something about the word divorce came up. That's where she hit breaking point. Her value.
Surprise the fucking surprise.
She's sitting over in the fan club. She goes, "I was only divorced last year," in front of the whole club. Screams it at the lads. Of course, I was standing to the wings. I thought.
Did you think it was a gig full of mind readers or something?
Yeah.
Like,
and she thought it was all being talked directly at her. Whatever tablets the doctor had her on, had her crazy town. And and it got so awkward for a split second. You know, everybody goes dead silent. Of course, my freakish brain just thought this was the best thing I've ever seen. I roared. I started banging tables, roaring, laughing like. And she stormed out, and none of her friends left with her or anything. And it was just about 3 more seconds passed.
No one can leave with you. There's nobody there.
Yeah. Oh, it was just fucking amazing. Like, the lads just, I think like Larkin just gave a ding on his guitar as she walked out. But it turns out she's absolutely fucking bananas. But that's the most extreme I've seen of audience members kind of think, "You were talking directly to me, right?" It's like, no, none of it was. In fact,
There's a weird, you know something? It's like, years ago, I was talking to, do you know Jojo Smith? Have you heard of
Yeah.
I was talking to her, and she was saying that we were at a gig in Nottingham. It was a New Year's Eve gig. It was absolutely fucking horrible. It was like, there was a lot of cocaine in the room.
Yeah.
And I said, Jesus, just fucking, I was talking about how bad men are, and just like, they get quite monkeyish, you know what I mean? It's like, it's this kind of, especially with cocaine, they get very alpha male, and you know, they need to sort of strut a bit. And you know. And so if there's a guy, God help them, a woman on stage with a microphone, a guy on stage with a microphone, they feel quite aggressive towards him because they're kind of going, "I'm not the guy in the spotlight."
Yeah.
Fucker. But a woman, it's double trouble, because they kind of go, "Oh my God, I hate women." I fucking hate them. And I don't know how to, you know, so they're kind of...
It's like a middle-aged man seeing a woman pass him in a Ferrari. It would send him over the fucking edge.
I guess, you know
what I mean?
It's like, but Jojo was saying, you know, it's almost frightening, you know, how aggressive they get. Because I never, you know, it's mental. But I was of the opinion that, this is completely wrong, but I was of the opinion that women in an audience, I don't know how to put this. I do know, but should be a bit more artful. Maybe they'd be a bit drunk and, you know, watching and stuff like that. But there'd be no aggression. Nothing. But that's the flip side of that coin. The flip side of the monkey man going, nobody's looking at me. I'm the boss at work. It's like we get middle management. Yeah, but everybody just do what, you know. And then there'll be some woman who maybe, whatever her situation is, has to apply every single thing, not just in the gig. It doesn't work sexually. It doesn't matter whether what sex they are. I guess it's more. You're so unself-aware.
Yeah.
That you just, unless something applies to you, it doesn't make sense. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
And that doesn't matter whether you're a man or woman. It's like what I was trying to do wrongly or clumsily was kind of go, "Oh, men will be aggressive," and women will go, "Oh, that's me." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not true. That's just both. Everybody's a cunt, basically.
Yeah.
but it's that thing of but her kind of going, I was only divorced last year. You almost want to just flick the lights on and say, look, can you turn the sound off for a minute? Listen. No one gives a fuck about you or your fucking divorce or your fucking whatever the rest of the thing was. Why don't you just fuck off? Just go.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, but you want to say that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but it's like, but I'm me. It's like, no one gives a fuck who you are.
And
off we go.
You need to add to that and say, and don't worry, nobody else in here gives a fuck about anybody else in here.
Totally.
None of us are important.
Yeah.
In fact, if any one of us dropped fucking dead right now, this planet would sail along nicely without us. Nobody is fucking worth anything, really. Like,
yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Relax yourself. You're not special. Unless you can fly.
If
you can fly,
that should be the name of the podcast. Relax yourself. You're not special.
Do you know what? I gotta take solace in that. It's like, no. I'm about probably 55% of the time I'm wrong, and I can't do anything special. Not really.
I'm never wrong.
I know that.
I'm just. You know, it's a funny old thing, but it's like it is that kind of thing where you see somebody in the audience just aggressively, or you know, just being disingenuous, just completely going, I'm just going to take the wrong end of the stick here, just so I can, and you're like, going, look, I don't know, it's what it is, isn't it? People are kids.
Yeah, it's a bizarre one. I mean, then there's times when you can't say anything really, because I remember being in the International one night and there was this couple, God bless them, I think they'd just come down out of a tree or they'd come in from a sea or something.
Yeah.
They hadn't been in society a lot, I would imagine, and they certainly had never been in a comedy club before, which they told me afterwards. But they had the time in their life, and all their laughing was completely out of sync.
Right.
And they weren't drunk. They were okay, but they were just out of sync with the world. Do you know what I mean? They were clapping too long.
Right.
And but you can't give out to somebody for laughing weirdly and clapping wrong. Even to the point like when you're leaving, like, good night, thank you very much, everybody. And it is, everybody knows it's a round of applause. This guy stood up and went, thank you.
Really?
Yeah, he went, thank you. Okay.
Was it from Dublin?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was expecting like they were just after coming down on the mountain or something, but they hadn't.
They would have been coming down off something.
I don't know. They spoke afterwards, and they just seemed so chirpy to be out. Like, you know, they were just.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's something wrong with that as well. You know, going out is only fun when you're in.
Yeah. Well, this is it. Yeah.
And when you're out, you're going to go, when can we go home? It's well, best of fucking bucks.
Was that true that what Carol was saying tonight is that it was in Warwick University was the first time you met him?
Yeah, a long time ago, 17 years ago.
And you were hosting, were you?
I was hosting, and he was doing, it was a thing called the Avalon Comedy Network.
Avalon are still on the go, aren't they? Are they an agency?
I think so, yeah, I think so. They, do you know, I couldn't be sure, I think so, but I kept confused between, I think maybe they were bought by a company called Off the Curb. I haven't a fucking clue.
Right.
The answer to that is I haven't a clue. But it's back in the day they were king shit of fuck mountain.
I love that phrase, king shit of fuck mountain.
Well, it just means, you know, it's what it is, isn't it? It's a fly in a pile of shit. It's like, I mean, you know, with the big guys in this thing, and you go, yeah, but this thing means nothing. Shut up. You know, so it's like
we're all very important because we're comedians. You know that we're all very important in comedy.
We have a comedy club.
Meanwhile, there's somebody putting a new heart in somebody's chest right now.
Yeah, you know, it's even if they're not, it's just like, but they ran they had a couple of gigs at some universities up and down the country.
Yeah,
so there was about 20 gigs maybe all over, like England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. There was only Belfast, and I think it was Queens, and they would send you off. Like there was one every week, and it would run from maybe throughout the college year. So from September through to October maybe through to May.
Right.
So a good old chunk, and it was every week. So there would be 3 comics going every week to a student union somewhere, and so there was tons of work, tons of work. And the first time I ever did it was with Andy Zaltzman and
I think with him, yeah.
Yeah, and a guy called Danny Boy. Have you heard of Danny?
Oh, I have, yeah.
And he that was really good fun and a lot of crack, and up in the country, and and it was kind of good for your stuff because none of us had anything really. We all had about 10 minutes. You kind of stretch it out to 12 minutes, But by the time you'd done one of these 6 months, it wasn't a tour because you'd always do it and go home again. But it was definitely regular gigs. Like you maybe do 2 or 3 a week.
But that was class. And then
it was what?
There we go.
But it was class.
Yeah.
But you're allowed to say class because I know you're saying that ironically. But it's like, yes, it kind of it was sort of back then. Like you took it mad kind of seriously. So you'd be kind of going off and doing these 3 gigs, but then you would go back to London to do 4 gigs on a Sunday. Maybe a couple open spots on a Saturday, this and that and the other. And then being on the network sort of gave you a bit of a boost profile-wise for clubs.
Yeah.
So they'd kind of go, oh, this guy's doing the network. So they'd give you a 10. And then being excellent, you'd immediately go on to the weekend. They'd book you in again.
Yeah.
So within the space of a year, you could really fucking whoosh your career along. Not even a year, 6 months. You could just go flying into it, and then and so on and so forth. And then you pop up to Edinburgh for a few days over the summer.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. And then the following year, Danny didn't do it because I think there was some sort of falling out with him and Avalon. I think they wanted to sign him. I can't. Avalon, if you still exist, and this is wrong, don't sue me, but I think they wanted to sign him and he told them to fuck off, and they didn't book him. If that's wrong, maybe I'll be misinformed. So allegedly that's fine.
Perfect. Yeah,
So,
just stick allegedly behind it. It's fine. Yeah.
Well, Avalon allegedly still exist. I don't know if they do. I think they were bought out by off the cover. But then the following year it was me, Andy Zaltzman again, and John Oliver from The Daily Show.
Really?
Not of The Daily Show then, but yeah, and that was brilliant as well. It was really good fun, and we used to travel around everywhere. John was great actually because what would happen is because him and Andy were so posh. What we would do, the thing is, the deal was that you would get to you'd go to these places and you'd stay in student halls,
right?
And which is what we did the first year. But the second year, John's idea was fuck this. Because they give you a tiny amount of money for accommodation.
Right.
No, you have to pay for your own travel. But in fact, you know what, Avalon? I hope you've been bought out, you fucking sly cunts. But so they gave you maybe £20 for your accommodation, which would cover a night in a student accommodation.
Yeah.
But John's idea was to go into the poshest hotel we could find everywhere, and I would stand at the door because I had long hair and just looked like.
You had long hair, had you?
Ah, yeah, but then.
Man, I want to see the picture of that.
I'll get you a picture of me with long hair, but long hair and sort of. I just looked grim, not grim, sort of just a bit unkempt.
Right.
Jeans and a jacket and all that kind of stuff. But I fucked your mum, so that's not you, Tom. Like all of you listening.
Yeah, just generally.
I banged her dirty mouth. And it was really hard for her to say thank you while I was doing that, but she managed. And
good girl.
So that's what I used to do, is pat her on the head and say good girl. And not in a patronising way.
Oh no, you're a gent at the end of the day.
And when I say I banged her dirty mouth, I made love to her dirty mouth. But it was like, so we would do that. So what John's idea was to basically find the poshest hotel. I'd wait back there, and Andy and John would go in, And Andy looked like Coco the Clown. Andy looked like Krusty at the
Yeah,
time.
well, he still kind of does with that fuzzy head.
But his hair was long too.
Oh, was it?
So yeah, it was all sort of hanging down, and John looked like John. John had maybe slightly longer hair than he does now, but
He still had that parrot look.
yeah, kind of just glasses and sort of kind of side parting kind of dude, and they'd go in. Maybe even Andy would wait on a chair somewhere, and John would stroll up to the reception and go, hello. I was wondering how much it would cost for a triple room, and they'd give it. Well, I wonder what your best deal is on a triple room, and sometimes they'd say 60, and sometimes they'd say 75. But you're kind of going, well, look, even if it's only £5, it's only £5 out of each of our pockets, and we're going to get a triple room with lovely beds and stuff, kettle, TV, bathroom, Whereas rather than staying in a fucking student hall suite, and I remember we were in Belfast and he went into this hotel, I can't remember what it was called, but he asked them what their best deal was, and it was £60, but they gave us a cottage. They had a load of cottages out the back. I think it was our own cottage. We each had our own room, and it was amazing. It was really, really, really fancy. And I woke up the next morning, and it was Queen's, I think, the gig. Woke up the next morning, and Andy's all sort of perched on the edge of my bed with the nicest scrambled eggs I've ever had in my life. They were just really soft and creamy, and this kind of toasted brown bread that he'd made. And I was just like, who made the eggs? And Andy was like, that was me, Johnny. That's what he sounds in my head all the time. But fucking they were gorgeous. But like, obviously fresh out the pan because they're roasting.
Jewish lads know what they're doing when it comes to eggs.
I don't know if it's to do with being Jewish or just to do with being Andy, but I mean, he made some fucking fancy ass eggs, and then John came in and we all sat in my bed. We just chatted about guys.
Plaited each other's hair.
Yeah. But it was lovely. But that was really good fun, and doing that was another
Crafty old John Oliver, man.
John Oliver, clever dude. I don't know what he's doing now. He's on the telly in America, everybody. But
on the John Oliver show, my God, or the Daily Show, but essentially the John Oliver show.
I don't think it's the Daily Show anymore.
No, isn't it?
No, it's Tonight with John Oliver.
Tonight,
which is
right?
Excellent. But yeah, he I bumped into him actually. No, not him. Will Smith. Do you know the British Will Smith, not the American Will Smith?
No.
There's a brilliantly funny comedian called Will Smith from England.
Fucking hell.
And he's very posh. And I remember I was living in Stoke.
Is he white?
Yeah.
Right.
And I remember I was
William Smith. Yeah.
Well, I guess, yeah.
Yes.
I was living in Stoke Newington. Stoke Newington was this kind of just by
How'd you pronounce it?
Stoke Newington.
Stoke Newington.
Stoke. And then Newington. But it's in North London, and there was just by pure coincidence, I guess, it ended up that there was a ton of comics lived up there. That it was me, Rob Deering, Will Smith, Stuart Lee. Right in the corner there was I want to say Kerry Marks, maybe not him. Anyway, there's a few of us, and I used to bump into Stuart Lee in Woolworths every time a new Doctor Who DVD came out. Because
Right.
we both go and buy it. And so on the Monday that it was out, we just stood in the queue, like, alright. And that was kind of, you'd be in the pub, and you get chatting, just kind of, we wouldn't hook up, we would all just be sort of bump into each other, maybe go for a beer, or maybe not, or just, how are you? But I remember one day, Will Smith we were quite pally, in that I would go around to his house for Sunday dinner and stuff. And, he writes do you know Veep?
Yes.
He writes that.
Does he?
Yeah, and I think it's over now, but he did write it. But he's got his own show on Channel 4 that he writes called, I can't think of what it's called. It's got Alan Davies and a few people in it. It's fucking great. The name escapes me. But he was my back garden neighbour, in that if you look over my back garden, his back garden was behind me, and we would gig together every now and again. So we get the bus. Glamorous fucking life.
Oh yeah.
But I remember I was coming out of my house one day to go and buy milk, and it was about midday, and he was getting off the bus, and I was like, oh, what are you up to? And he'd just been into town for an audition in Soho, and it was basically Jon Stewart had been on to Ricky Gervais saying, I want a European correspondent, I want a posh English guy.
Stop.
And do you know, who would you recommend? And Ricky recommended Marcus Brigstock, Will Smith, John Oliver, I want to say Austin Barry, a couple of others maybe, I can't think of who else, but posh guys, posh English, well-spoken English guys. They all went off and they screen tested for The Daily Show, and it was John who got it, and I went out. He started in 2006, and I only know this because I went out to New York in 2007 for a holiday.
Yeah.
And got in touch. I'm like, oh, I'm going to be in America, I'm going to be in New York. And he was like, oh, come to my gig. And so we went to the gig, we hung out, we got drunk, and he was having a great time. It was like, but I think he was still finding his feet back then, like sort of maybe just arrived, in a sense. You kind of hit the ground running. You arrive on the Friday, start working on Monday. So this was like sort of 9 months in, maybe. But now he's John Oliver. He's worldwide John Oliver, and I honestly sort of just watch him, and I think But even back then, even as a new comic, he was peerless. He was amazing. He was just sort of.
Is that easier to say after the fact? Or
No.
was he changing,
I remember back then, just kind of I kind of watched him in awe in that he was just very comfy on stage.
Yeah.
He had a kind of, not disdain, it was like he just sort of, do you know what, it wasn't disdain, it was more sort of, I'm expecting you to come with me with this, I'm expecting you to have the wherewithal to get this.
So, okay.
And if you don't, then that's your problem, not mine.
Yeah, I like that.
So, he wasn't patronising, nor was he aggressive. He was just him. You know, he'd just go on stage and say what he wanted to say, and if they went with him, great, and if they didn't, equally great. But like just both Andy as well and Danny Boy, but like just lovely people. You know what I mean? Just really, really nice people, and kind of the best fun.
Well, that's good though. Like, I mean, you got lucky there that there were sound, because there's nothing worse than having a fucking weirdo to fucking have to bunk around with, like, for a few days or whatever, or even a long car journey. You're like,
what are you trying to say?
Yeah.
Some waffly fucker living in the past.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Jesus.
Oh, tell us more, Grandad Johnny. Tell us more. What was it like in your day,
I
Johnny?
knew Dan Leno when he used to do his spinning Jenny trick. No, I know, it's like, you know, that kind of thing, it doesn't really happen so much any longer, but I remember back, obviously because I don't live in England now, but I remember back in the day, you would be going to a gig that didn't warrant a hotel.
Yes.
That could be a one-off gig on a Wednesday somewhere, especially when you're starting out, and there's no money for a hotel, you know, and you might be just going somewhere for no money, or 50 quid or something like that, and but you could be stuck in a car with some fucking cunts, and you'd just be sitting there going, oh god, and it could be some old bastard who was the headliner who just thought they were fucking brilliant.
Back in the day,
yeah. So I'm not going to talk to these kids, and or in some really cocky open spot, you go, you know, I've supported somebody, so should be headlining, and if I don't headline, I'm going to walk out, and it's like some fucker like that.
Some cunt like that, yeah.
Some deluded fuck. But it's like, but you know, but sometimes you'd be going with some mates, or if you went with mates, you'd be quite pally by the time you got back. I remember I was going to, we went to Hull. Do you know what it was? Hull was one of these Avalon Comedy Network gigs.
Is Hull as rough as I think?
No, it sounds it's not. It's all right.
It sounds rough, doesn't Hull? Just the bottom end of a boat.
It itself. It's like saying Arsenal.
Yeah.
It's like, as bad as it sounds, it's just lots of weapons. No, Hull was the university, so it was just loads of students from all over. Like, I mean, maybe if we got into the town, I don't know.
Right enough, you were with the student types. Okay,
yeah,
it's not so bad.
But that was one of those network gigs, the Avalon network gigs, and what would happen is sometimes if somebody was ill or they had to drop out, you'd get a phone call saying, "Oh, look, can you go to Hull with blah blah blah?" So it wasn't. You were predominantly with
the same
your
group.
two guys,
right?
Yeah. But now and again, you'd get an extra gig, because somebody. So I went up with a guy called Dan Antopolsky and another Dave Gorman. Do you know that guy?
Yes, I know Dave Gorman. Yeah.
Modern Life is Scottish guy. And two fucking sound dudes, really lovely guys. But we drove all the way up. And Hull's fucking far from London. Like,
it's up north.
yeah, but I mean, pretty much everything's north of London. But it's like,
enough.
but it's like we had to go. Dan was living in Islington, and he goes, can you meet me at my gaff at like midday? And I was working in an office. I was doing temping, you know. So I was like, oh fucking come on, you know, that's an hour. That's more money that I'm not going to get because I have to leave early. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But went around to his house, and we started to drive to Hull. And honest to God, we got to the gig at 8, starting at 8:30. So it took us 8 hours to get there.
Oh my God.
And did it, and I've no memory of it. I'm sure it was fine. And then just got back in the car, turned around, and we're driving back. And then Dan had driven 8 hours up, and we were driving 8 hours back. And he dropped me to my door as well. I lived in Kingsbury, which is North London, so it was on the way in. But,
Yes.
But still, fair play to him. And he was coming in. He goes, it's 3 or 4 in the morning. And he goes, do you mind if we pull in at a garage and I have a quick sleep? And we were like, no, God, fine. You know. So he pulled in. And me and Dave went into the garage bit itself and got some coffees and donuts. We're just standing there for maybe 40 minutes chatting.
Yeah.
Looking, blah, blah, blah. And then we were like, oh, well, we better go. You know, we better wake up. So we went out, got into the car, and went, Dan. Oh, yeah, all right. So we just drove off again. Honest to God, I could see the lights of London. It was within licking distance of London. And Dan goes, oh, fuck. This is about 6 a.m. And I had to be in work at 9.
Oh, man.
Because I couldn't afford to take the time off.
Yeah.
And he goes, you know what I forgot to do? I'm like, what? He goes, I didn't get any petrol.
Oh,
he slept. The car just ground to a halt. So I sat on the hard shoulder of just see London glistening in the distance. And then the AA had to come out and get his petrol and everything. And he did drop me to my house, but at that stage, I think Dave was living in East London, and Dave just said to Dan, just go home, just go home to your own place, I'll get a taxi. So he came in and slept on my sofa, and I had to leave him. I got in, I think I just had a shower, went back into work.
How jealous were you of leaving your man?
Leaving Dave Gorman to sleep on my fucking sofa, I was pretty jealous.
Yeah.
I should have just stayed off. But, yeah, let yourself out, mate. But, yeah, but they were really nice. They were really kind of, like, at the time, like, they didn't even pay very much. Like, the gigs were like £150.
Yeah.
And if you're doing, do you know what, at the time I suppose it was enough, you know what I mean? If you're doing 3 a week, you're getting 450 quid. And I think my rent for the month was like 300 quid. So
it's not too bad, yeah. I suppose the fucking travel and whatnot, I suppose.
The travel wasn't too expensive because we stole some student union cards.
Fantastic.
Andy found them in a box in one of the student union places, and so we nicked a couple.
That's what you got to do.
Hang on, I want to quantify that. I nicked a couple. I'm not saying Danny Boy or Andy's also stole anything. I nicked one, and I used it to get myself. I made a student card for myself, and then I used that to get a young person's rail card. So I was 26, so
you're pushing it.
I was basically a year too old to have them. But I was quite, as I am now, I was quite the looker. So I basically, I passed for 23 or something. You know?
I can buy that.
Yeah. And so I used to get thrown off on my travel, going everywhere. But then you see, John Oliver especially was quite canny with things. Like there was a gig we were doing in Aberdeen, and we were going, we've got to train from London to Aberdeen, which is like a fortnight. You know what I mean? It's really, really long. And John looked up how much EasyJet would be. It just it's a no-brainer now. But at the time, it just kind of got, I have no money, so why would I even consider air travel? But John looked up how much EasyJet was. It was something like £15.
Stuff.
Return or something, or 15 quid each way. But still cheaper than the train, much quicker than the train. And so it was, we used to have cool times. Like we used to have there's a podcast I think of John's and Andy's where they're talking. We were in Liverpool and we were doing the gig there, and we were at the student union afterwards, and we'd been on like I think maybe a 5 or 6 day in a row thing.
Yeah.
Where you're going to go Manchester, Birmingham, Liverpool, wherever the fuck, Leeds, you know. And so it was all around the same area, so Warwick and stuff. Maybe where we met Carl, but it was a definite, and Belfast. I think we flew from Liverpool to Belfast, but it was like a real run, and every night was really boozy. You know what I mean? It was really, really fucking just fun. You know what I mean? But we got to Liverpool, I was just wrecked, and we did the gig. And we went to the bar, some pub with the students.
Yeah.
And I said to John and Andy, I said, listen, I'm done. I'm so tired. I'll have this one beer, and I've got to go back to the hotel. And we had one key, and they were like going, okay, well, look, you're not going to fall asleep, are you? I was like, oh, I'm not going to fall asleep.
Of course
Fuck
I'm
you.
not.
You fucking pair of fatties. Shut up. And they're going, yeah, but don't fall asleep. I said, seriously, tell me not to fall asleep again. I'll put my fist through you, yeah? And they're like, all right. So I went back. Went back to the hotel, and I had my phone on the bed beside me, thinking they'll ring me if I fall asleep, which I'm not going to. You cunts. Then the phone will wake me up. My phone was this really old. It was just broken. It was like sort of thing. If you just tipped it with your finger, it would switch off. Like all you had to do was like nudge it, any bit of it with your finger, and it would just switch itself off. So I fell asleep. My phone fell on the ground. It fell off the bed onto the ground, and it turned itself off. Possibly forever, you know what I mean? So the next thing I know is just Andy and John steaming into the room at about 7:30 in the morning, and Andy's talking really loud. He's just going, well, guys, I suppose we get our heads down for half an hour, we might just get out and have breakfast. And it just woke me up from the deepest sleep, and I was like, huh? And Andy goes, oh, I'll just get into bed now and just get my head down. And I went, Andy, and I'm paraphrasing here, but it was along these lines. I said, Andy, shut your fucking mouth before I knock you out. I'm asleep. Yeah. Oh, it's all right for some. Because the thing is, the rest of us, and I went, Andy, seriously, if I get out of this bed, I'm going to kick your bollocks up around your ears. I'm like, shut your fucking mouth. Because I thought you come in drunk. I thought you just wandered in pissed and was like, So I genuinely was really angry. I said, shut your fucking mouth before I knock your fucking teeth in. And lay down and fell asleep. But the next thing I know, they're kind of going, oh, we better go then. I'm like, what are you doing? You know? And what had happened was I'd fallen asleep, obviously. And
for how many hours do you reckon?
a good 8 hours.
Oh, good. Lovely.
And so I was fresh as a daisy. But they'd come back to the hotel. They'd only had another hour, like. But they come back to the hotel. They couldn't get in because the hotel was locked up.
Yeah.
They couldn't get hold of me because my phone was broken. And so they went across to this like junkie drop-in centre down the road and to the left or whatever. And they walked in. And all they had was a backpack with Andy's writing pad in it. So what they did was they pulled out a page, put squares on it, then they pulled out another page and made
in here for a piss. Yeah.
They made chess pieces on it. And they sat there all night just playing chess.
Oh, what a couple of nerds.
Well, and then just these blokes just come up, John was saying, we just had these blokes come up, some of them who are topless, just covered in tattoos, just going to go, hey pal, you got a smoke? And it's like, I'm terribly sorry, I don't know.
You're too funny.
And I'm just in the fucking bed, snoring my head off. And then,
what a dickhead.
and then the next day we're leaving, and because Andy had woken me up and I was grumpy, even though I was saying, we're checking out the hotel, and Andy was going, I can't believe we're going off to get on the bus now because I haven't had any sleep. And I went, Andy, just let it fucking go. And then it was only about 3 hours later, I went, oh shit, I should probably say sorry. John was fine, Andy was quite grumpy. But, I paid for the fucking hotel. I mean, I wouldn't expect them to. But,
so dogging Johnny. Neither one of us know.
Well, the reason we're talking about this is because we just pulled in to
parking.
To a parking area, just so one of us could...
it was me, to alleviate myself of your line.
Tom needs to and then we were kind of talking about dogging and whether or not we had ever experienced it.
I did. I knew a trucker that was definitely into it. He openly said he was into it, but but the same guy was just a low level human. Like, he loved frequenting whorehouses. Loved it. And openly talked about it. You know what I mean? Wore the cowboy boots, Scania jacket.
Yeah.
Loved all that shit. Like, and he just...
See, I like wearing the outfit. I just wouldn't be into the whorehouse. It's a rare time you won't find me get wearing to the Scania jacket. But yeah, a cowboy hat maybe now and again, some jaunty sunglasses.
This motherfucker too. He pretty much had the gold card of a few of them. Like they would actually come out to the truck to him rather than him going in.
Wow.
Yeah, because he had.
That's when you know you've made it.
Yeah, when they're coming out to the bunk. Oh, he was such a weird. Like he lived on Mars bars and fucking coke.
The more I hear about this guy, the more I'm jealous. I mean, the thing is, he had prostitutes coming to his truck.
Yeah.
Rather than him having to make the trips across the car park to the actual
brothel. Yeah.
And he was getting his, like, Mars bars.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Jesus.
But he was only like 34, 35, but he easily looked 55. Like, he just smoked fucking carols all day long.
Yeah. And sat in the truck.
Yeah. The only thing he would branch outside of Mars bars and coke would be a big fry up every single morning. And
listen, was he worldly wise? Would he put you straight in a few things?
He knew the world. Well, he definitely knew the trucking routes from Cork to Spain.
That's what else do you need to know?
See, I tried to think about what else you need to know, and I can't really imagine anything else I'd want to know.
And that's something you won't read in books. Unless you look that particular route up in a book.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But,
Trucking routes of Spain. It's a book, actually.
Spain,
yeah.
The route. By Hoary McMahon. Sponsored by Scania and Boots Good and Boots for all your line dancing needs.
Oh, this is our sneaky exit. So when you're coming back from Galway, and for anybody listening,
don't tell anyone.
Yeah, fuck it, we won't tell anybody.
We're just coming off our secret way. That's a quick way from Galway to Dublin. You'll never know. You fucking clown. Oh, you fucking idiot. It's just, you come off at Kinnegad and head off down towards Enfield.
God, I hope I have come off at the right exit here.
Come off at Kinnegad. We've got to pass a massive Tesco now.
Do you know what that Tesco kind of... Jesus, there's always stuff missing off their shelves in that Tesco's. I've been in it a few times, and it's kind of like they're after a big apocalypse or something. Anytime I've gone in there, and when I've asked for stuff, it's like, oh Jesus, they just bite your fucking nose clean off.
Yeah. But we're in Kinnegad, so maybe the only thing there is to do is to hoosh down to Tesco when there's a delivery. So as soon as it's up on the shelves, they push it off.
Yeah.
That's the Kinnegad Festival.
It's the whooshing festival
of
stuff off the shelves.
What do you know, Zardy? Oh, they're bringing in bread cakes. Why are you talking like that? It's the only accent outside of Dublin I can do. It's class.
I'm trying to think what accent that is. I think
it's a class accent.
I think it might be a little Midlandsy, North Midlandsy maybe.
Yeah.
Like, but no, then it's not, because you're pronouncing your T's in the middle of words. Because if you were in Athlone, which would be kind of North Midlands, it'd be Athlone.
Oh, did they say Athlone?
Yeah, oh yeah, the T's. Forget about T's, man. They're not.
They're too busy with the T's.
Yeah.
They probably called Mr. T Mr. They didn't even. They just called him Mr. My favourite guy in the AE is Mr. That's why there's no Athlone guy introducing TV shows in the 80s. And now it's time for Night Rider, followed by the AE, starring Mr. George Papert. And Dirk Benedict. And Dwight Schultz.
Was Dwight Schultz? Yeah, he was. I love Dwight Schultz.
Playing Mad Dog Murdoch. You can say that without any kind of T. B.A. Brackus. No T's in that.
Yeah.
Hang on, what were their names? Hannibal Smith.
Hannibal Smith.
Hannibal Smith.
What was Face's real name?
Face's real name was
something like Pickard or something. Pinkerton. No, it wasn't Pinkerton. Templeton
Peck.
Templeton Peck.
That was what it was, yeah.
Templeton Peck.
There was, so hang on. John Smith, was that his name? No, Hannibal Smith. But it was John Hannibal Smith. But it wasn't John Smith is just a nom de plume, isn't it? Like or an alias.
Oh, definitely. Because he was Special Ops Rangers.
Doctor Who used to go by the name John Smith.
Did he?
On Earth. But maybe Doctor Who was Hannibal Smith.
Oh my God!
You know,
I would have totally watched fucking more Doctor Who if he had been one of the Doctors.
A future Doctor Who could be and God rest him. But hang on, let me do this now. Hang on, John Hannibal Smith, Templeton Peck. I don't know what Murdoch's first name was though. B.A. Baracus.
Fuck.
B.A. was supposed to stand for bad attitude, but I can't imagine it was Chris.
No, it wasn't. It was Bosco. Bosco Alphonsus?
Yeah.
It's definitely Bosco, yeah. 100%, yeah. Because I remember thinking, Bosco!
We have a Bosco.
Yeah.
And then, was there, so that's four?
That's it. And then there was a lady showed up every so often, a woman turned up.
I want to say Julie.
You might be right.
But there was a ton of them. There was 3 or 4 different women over the course of the series.
And they all had an odd thing for face, of course, like.
Well, everybody had a thing for face.
Yeah, oh no doubt. I mean, he would make you question yourself, like.
Played, I think, correctly cast by Bradley. I was going to say Bradley Walsh.
Bradley Cooper
in the movie edition.
Oh yeah, and what's his name? The South African that played Murdoch was outstanding.
Shalto Copley.
He was outstanding.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine how much fun it is in his career. He gets roles like Murdoch. Oh my god! And then he's in District 9.
District 9.
Fucking Thrones.
Yeah, he's also in Guns, starring Michael Smiley. I can't remember what the name of it is. It's a shootout in a warehouse, directed by Ben Wheatley, and Michael Smiley's in it.
And he also played a bounty hunter in the thing with Matt Damon, where they're living on another planet, Oblivion.
Yeah, that was good.
He got his head blown off, but they were able to rebuild it.
Yeah, that to a mate.
Did it?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, the 18. It's funny, you know, when they kind of go, we're going to make a film of something.
Yeah.
And, deadly, you know, and it's like the 18. And those things really are just better off in your head.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with the 18 film. It's,
well, Rampage Jackson sung so many balls it wasn't even fucking funny. Now, I know he's a UFC fighter and a believable hard man.
I don't know the first thing about him. I didn't know he was a UFC fighter because I don't know anything about UFC.
He's a pretty tough character, but I mean, that was pretty much his first gig.
Is he though?
No, you know what I mean.
Come at me. Bring it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're calling yourself Rampage, get out of the fucking town.
Exactly.
Rampaging.
That's probably not even his real name.
Rampaging Flamer, I would say.
Eat shit, Rampage. Eat it. There it is. It's in front of you. Get your fucking spoon.
You trash talk with the best, Johnny.
I do. And the thing is, if you want me, we're just after leaving. We're heading towards Enfield from Kinnegad.
Do you know it's the crumbling in you?
It
must have all been taught that as children.
Yeah. So we were told to basically, through the medium of podcast, sound aggressive, like just call out people. So
who would you have had as BA if you had a choice? Because we'd say
probably him. I mean, it's honestly, I wouldn't have.
Would you not have made it?
I wouldn't have bothered. It's one of those things where, you know, I remember when we were children, about 14 or 15.
You and me?
Me and you.
Okay.
Me and my friend Dan and Brian, friends.
Real people or inside your head town?
Proper people.
Okay.
And there was a Forbidden Planet comic shop opened up on Dawson Street in Dublin. We used to be there every Saturday, and we could bring our comics up to Stephen's Green, and we'd sit there and read comics. Or when we were a little bit older, it's fucking wedge. We could enter Dunkin' Donuts. You could get 2 donuts and coffee for £2.
You were slaying the fanny when you read.
Oh my god! Like, you'd almost be like, you wouldn't be able to read the comics because you're having so much sex.
That's why Doggy Style is your preferred. You can put the comic on.
I didn't say Doggy Style was my preferred anything.
Okay, fair enough.
It is. My preferred method of reading.
Is there a character called Billy Big Balls in the Viz? If I imagine it.
Billy. No, Buster Gonad and his unfeasibly large testicles. Remember him?
Yes.
Yeah. But so we used to go up there. We'd read our comics and things and all that jazz. But we'd sit there. We'd kind of postulate on what it'd be like if they ever made an X-Men movie. Or if they ever made a insert name hero film. Yeah, just like imagine if they made a film with Judge Dredd, or if they ever made this, or if they ever made that. This is like late 80s, early 90s, and then again recently. Well, you kind of go, then they do make an X-Men film. I remember when they made Blade was the kind of intro to Blade. When Blade, you know those Blade films with Wesley Snipes?
Yeah.
They made a ton of money.
Of course it is.
So then people went, oh, maybe we could, maybe more, maybe other.
Was that the catalyst? Was it?
Sort of, yeah. Because the thing is,
I mean, obviously there'd been Superman and Batman. Like.
Superman and Batman, but the thing is, Batman had pretty much died away by then. Blade was late 90s, and 1997's Batman and Robin, starring George Clooney and Chris O'Donnell and Alicia Silverstone, was the name.
And Anya Kuloff Bennett.
And Uma Thurman.
That's
Poison Ivy, yeah.
Some jacked up steroid head that was playing
Bane. He was just a wrestler playing Bane, but that, yeah. So after that, they just went, ugh, comics. But then Blade did a ton of money, and Marvel kind of went, oh, maybe this money should be made. So they did the X-Men film, the first X-Men, with Patrick Stewart, Anna Paquin, and all of that, and you watch those, and you just kind of go, yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's never what you imagine in your head. But that's also because I'm not an incredibly talented movie maker, and but you've got your own young head idea of what it's going to look like, which would be dreadful.
Did you like the Judge Dredd movies?
I was in the first Dredd movie as a bottle-throwing thug.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, it was. Made it
no, you weren't.
Made it Pinewood. I was an extra. And,
the one with Stallone. Where he ended up with the creepy incestual family.
Yeah, yes. I have seen it, but I don't remember the incest bit. But yeah, there was all these riots being filmed, and we were all just fucking bottles and shouting, and it was just to give rise to the judges, or something like that. And yeah. So I said, I might be, but I definitely was filmed for it.
Class.
But yeah, but do you know what? I didn't like that film. I thought it was shit. But the one with
Keith Urban, what's his name?
Carl Urban.
Keith Urban.
Keith Urban's a country singer.
Yeah.
I'd watch that. But then the girls in lie on the floor, otherwise kicking your fucking door and shoot you in the doggy, you motherfucking pig. But
I am the law.
I am the law. My name's Judge Dredd. If you commit me, then I shoot you in the head. You thought that I was gonna rhyme it with dead, but I didn't. You lazy cunt. But
good enough.
The one with Carl Urban I thought was really good. It was basically just The Raid. Have you ever seen that?
I was going to say the exact same thing. It was The Raid. It was just like fucking unbelievable club music playing and just fucking guns blazing. It was kind of, I suppose it's a throwback to Blade as well, when that music kicks off and all the blood comes out of the scene. It's like, here we go. Yeah,
but I did really enjoy it. I thought it was really good. And our very own Donald Gleeson in there.
Yeah. Now Donald has snuck himself into a good few movies, hasn't he?
He has, yeah.
Have you seen The Revenant? The bear.
With Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah, the bear makes love to Leonardo. That's what happens, right?
Yeah,
okay.
I reckon he bumped him.
Because I kind of looked away, but I kind of guessed, that he was just bumming going on. That's why I looked away.
I'm like that when I'm about to come. I look away, I kind of think of something else.
You think of bears?
No, when I'm watching that bear, I'm gonna go. If I watch any more of this, it's gonna go off my pants. So I'll look away, I'll look away and I'll think of men and women fucking, and then when that's calmed me down, I'll look back to the bear.
That sexy fucking bear.
Yeah. Breathing right in Leo's ear.
I don't know. I couldn't buy. I mean, Donald's talented, but I couldn't buy him. I wasn't buying it. That he was, even though he was an upper class kind of officer of a fucking pelt fucking garnering company, I just couldn't fucking buy it. Like, it's like, you're in there because you're Outland, aren't you? You're in there because of the Outland.
No.
Somebody pulled the fucking move there.
No, I think. I think. Do you know what? I genuinely think he's a good actor.
No, he's a class actor, but I just wouldn't have stuck him in there. I mean, everybody else was tough as fucking nails in the thing.
What kind of actor is he?
Soft.
Oh, you said class.
I know. I had to stop myself from saying class.
He's. I think he's. Do you know what? The last thing I ever saw him in so far was Star Wars.
No. Oh, yeah.
Star Wars. Oh, maybe I saw him in Black Mirror. I can't remember. But yeah, but I thought he was really funny in that. And a lot of people said, I just thought he was over the top. You can, yeah, but in the latest one, The Last Jedi. He's meant to be over the top because it's part of the joke, isn't it? Like, have you seen Last Jedi?
No.
Oh, there's a bit at the beginning where one of the heroes, Poe Dameron, is a huge big spaceship, and then there's a tiny spaceship parked in front of it. And Poe Dameron's in the tiny one. He's going, yeah, he goes, I want to speak to, I can't remember what I want to speak to Donald Gleeson. And Donald Gleeson comes on and he goes, this is Donald Gleeson. What is your message? And he goes, yeah, I want to talk to you. We need to sort this out. He goes, I'm not going to sort anything out. I will crush you beneath my boot. Oh, no, I'm completely fucking this up. He goes, this is, he said, there you go. He says to the people on the board, I need to speak to Donald Gleeson. And then Donald Gleeson comes in and goes, this is Donald Gleeson. When I finish speaking to you, I will crush you beneath my boot. You are nothing but rebel scum, and you shall all die for what you have done here today. And then Poe Dameron goes, so I'm holding for Donald Gleeson. He goes, yes, this is Donald Gleeson, and I'm saying, when I find you, I shall crush you. And he goes, just still holding on. And it's basically like he can't hear him.
Brilliant.
So there's this whole thing, and a lot of people got really angry because...
and that sounds quite Mel Brooksy, in fairness, doesn't it?
It is, yeah. And it's funny, you know, and people are going to go, oh, but that means that in Star Wars there's such a thing as, like, you're on mute, and, yeah, this and that and the other. They're going to go, oh, just take a fucking breath, would you? Just, you know, enjoy the film.
God, people do take that Star Wars very, very seriously, don't they?
It's anything that people are into gets taken seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, I really, really, really love Doctor Who. Love it. But...
yeah, Doctor Who never took a hold of me at all.
it didn't really take off in Ireland as anything, really. It was maybe just, like, one little enclave in Dublin. But it's... like, people get very angry about that. And, like, now that Doctor Who is a woman...
oh, I mean, lads are pissing their pants everywhere when that came out, didn't it?
certain amounts of them were, yeah. I mean, I think she's a great actor, and when she was announced, I was honestly thought her brilliant. And then I ran around old women I know high-fiving them, kind of going, I'm such a feminist, I'm such a feminist. Fuck me! Please fuck me! I'm a feminist, please fuck me! Oh God, I think we should... Please fuck me.
As you rode around on your white horse, saving the day.
Yeah,
for
I'm like,
everyone.
oh God, girls, you know what, I'm with you. I'm with you, girls. Where would you be without me? Whiny bitch of a boy. Oh God. When are men... stop it! There's a comedian in England who does that a lot. I'm not going to name names, but it's like any kind of... You know the way people would go, do you think women should have the same rights and opportunities as men? You go, yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't they? It's ridiculous to think otherwise, right? But anytime somebody goes and, like, so somebody will come on Facebook or whatever and kind of go, oh, went on stage last night, this guy shouted out nice tits, and I just stood there and came off, and nobody really said, oh, what a dickhead, or nobody kind of spoke to him and said, you can't speak like that, and everything. And, you know, you kind of go, that's awful, that's fucking bad.
It's terrible.
You know, that should be addressed. The club should have fucking thrown the guy out. But this is coming, just kind of goes, oh my God! I just, and you're like, dude, you weren't there, it's not you, it's a boo-hooing, and I went, oh, what a women, it's just this poor fat fuck, and he's from Dublin, and he's just trying to get laid.
Yeah, I know. We should, as men, we should be ashamed of ourselves because this has happened. I've seen one or two of those, and it's like, whoa, what? No, yes, that was a terrible moment, but what? No, I'm not going to be...
Oh, do you mean somebody writing, like...
Yeah, hey guys...
When are we going to learn?
Yeah, hey guys, did you see that terrible moment that just happened there? Well, we, as a collective, should hang our heads in shame. No, Hitler was around too, and I'm pretty sure he was a bloke. You know what?
Yeah.
Maybe my parents, you know what, as soon as I came out, they should have drowned me at birth like a gammy Spartan baby, because I was a man. That's what they should have done, because there was a Hitler once, and he was a man too. Do you know, relax the fuck, will you? Yes, it was a terrible scenario, but here's the other side of things too. I've had my jaw broken in a previous altercation.
Blimey.
That'll fucking set you straight when you start thinking about how dangerous words are. You're like, no, they're just words. They're just words. words. When somebody starts to get physical and fucking breaks your face open, that's when it's time to fucking really get stressed out. But the amount of people, like, where you go, but the person said the thing, and the thing, and the thing, and you go, like, okay, yes, that wasn't a nice thing to say, but definitely you should be able to move on from that, because...
well, no, that's not my point. I don't think they should. I think they should be... I genuinely think that... Right, this is my take, my hot take, as that blind boy man would say, but this is my hot take on the old... I think it is harder to be a woman doing stand-up.
Oh, no, I'm not just talking about women. I'm just talking about people in general that get stressed out by words.
Oh, I see.
But no, you're no idiot.
But I think it's maybe, what's the word? I guess with stand-up, you're going into a more oh God, what's the fucking right phrase? Not heightened. You're just going into a more pissed, situation, and people are a little bit more.
Well, they're completely out of their natural environment. Like, the carry-on of audience members, you would I'd be very surprised if you saw people doing the very same thing in Tesco's.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
That's a very good example.
People are in, and then you've put yourself in the shop window where if you give them half an inch at all, especially yourself, it's a rowdy audience, you can't let them have a fucking millimetre. As soon as you stand back and go, please love me, they'll go, fuck, we're going to devour you.
Yeah.
You just have to go, no, shut the fuck up for 25 minutes because this is good shit.
Yeah.
This is good shit. I'm getting paid for this, so trust me. That's the only way I feel that because if you stood back and asked it all, and you see, of course, you do, as you said, you get... I haven't seen a lot of it in Ireland, I'll be honest with you. I haven't seen an awful lot of it where people, if they're pissed, they normally just, they're no use. They just sit in the corner as a floppy old kind of a... I think
over. I mean,
you do.
Irish audiences tend to be a bit more. There's never been that barn type of chain, like the way Jonglers was. Like Jonglers, the Jonglers model used to be get them in, get them drunk, sell them some shitty food for 15 quid that, it's sub KFC food for 15 quid. And then
worse again, it's Iceland out of a bag.
Absolutely, something along those lines. And then just boot the comics on later than advertised, you know what I mean, because you're still selling the booze, you can't get them back from the bar because half of them are still coked out of their face, they're in the bar doing it, or in the toilet doing whatever the fuck, and then the comedians, whether they do well or not, is sort of arbitrary to the gig. As long as they've got the customers' money.
There's some sort of dancing monkey up there, so that'll do fine.
Exactly. There's somebody making noise and pulling focus. So but here there's never been a gig like it. You know what I mean? So audiences they've not been conditioned to be cunts. You know what I mean? They have the capacity like any other person.
Oh, no doubt.
But it's like your worst gig is possibly, oh God, boo fucking who, the Late Show at the end. That's a walk in the fucking park.
That's a cakewalk. Like, you just have to be louder than they are. That's all.
Just put them down. It's a prison gig. Just pick the biggest, loudest one and just put them down, and then the rest of them shut their faces. You know what I mean? And even that's been kind of ballsy, isn't it? Oh, I've done that, but it's like, that's what you do. You know what I mean? Whereas, I guess, I don't know. It's like, I mean, it depends what you want. I mean, there's the attitude that you can just play your own furrow and just, whatever you do means you can sell enough tickets to constantly tour, and you'll have enough fans to constantly support them. It's Stuart Lee was saying in a book, How I Escaped My Certain Fate. So he wrote about how if you had, I can't remember what the exact figure was, but if you have a certain amount of people willing to spend a certain amount of money every year coming to see you, that's your living.
You're sustainable.
Yeah, if you work out what you need to see, if you decide you can get by on 50,000 a year.
Yeah.
Right, so that's everything taken care of, plus a little bit of money on top. And then you've got 10,000 fans, then you only need to spend a £5 a year.
Yeah.
and you're laughing. If you spend any more than that, then you're laughing. But I mean, but you just have to write a new show every year and sell some stuff, and then you're great. And I guess you can do it that way, but I don't know. I've never been really organized. What's the word?
Inspired?
Yeah, just feels lazy. Maybe I don't know. It's like I've never really. I don't think I've ever seen my future as being in stand-up. I just sort of go. I like doing it. You know what I mean? But it's and I am good at it. But I guess do I really want to push hard enough and do that thing of getting? I was talking to a guy once who was a showrunner on a thing in America, and he it was like a comedy legal thing. Don Cheadle, you know that actor?
Yes, yeah.
This guy created and wrote this show. Well, wrote most of it. Was a show, and he was saying that he wrote his day. Right, he lives in California, and his day was he would get up in the morning, make breakfast for the kids, drive them to school, come home, surf for an hour or two, and then he'd go into his house about midday, get his laptop, he'd go to the local Starbucks and write for 2 hours. Then he'd come back, have some lunch, and go and get his kids. And I was like, that's 2 hours a day. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
And I was like, that's fuck all. He goes, no, it's tons. And it was like, what do you mean? He goes, it's more than you write. And it's true. Like, I mean, people go, I'm going to write. I'm getting up tomorrow, I'm going to write. I'm going to sit down at 10, and I'm going to stop at 7. And you go, okay. And then you're going to do it the next day. Yeah? No, I'm never going to do it again. I'm not going to write for another year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, it is, if he's doing that 5 days a week, then he's already beaten you within a week as to what you do in a year.
Yeah.
But I've never had that interest in stand-up.
But you've gotten into writing now, haven't you? Like you're writing for Red Rock at the minute, which is class.
That's what I'm finished at the moment. I'm writing EastEnders at the moment.
Ah, yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, no. Did I say it?
No.
Yeah. Red Rock was...
Jeez, my mother-in-law will be absolutely fucking delighted with this.
Don't tell her.
Okay.
No, but it's... it's... that's what I'm interested in. That's what it's what I've always been interested in. It's like, I mean, I used to sort of... I've written constantly over the years, like for magazines and sketch shows and bits and bobs, this and that and everything, and radio stuff. But I mean, then Red Rock came along a couple of years ago, and that was like an epiphany in a way.
Yeah.
Just doing that, because there's a guy on that, the producer was a guy called John York, and absolutely just ridiculously, he was the boss of EastEnders years ago, and then he was the head of drama at Channel 4, and I think he was head of drama at BBC for a bit or something. But he's produced a ton of stuff, and he's really talented. He knows what he's on about. He wrote a book called Into the Woods about the structure of storytelling and why we tell stories, what it's all about.
Yeah.
On a very primal level. It's really interesting. But when Red Rock came along, he was the producer, and I applied for this scheme, this Red Rock writing scheme, and he taught me how to basically go about approaching writing a script for Red Rock.
Yeah.
That lasted about 3 months, and then if you made it through that, then you got an episode, and if you're any good at that, then you carry on. But so I did that, and then I wrote. I was on my 4th one, and then it came to a halt because TV3 paused it. They didn't know what they were going to do with it. I don't know what's happening right now. But I mean, it's I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say I don't know what. Do you know what? The only thing I can say is I don't know what's happening.
I guarantee you they probably don't know what's happening with it either.
Yeah, but then he went back to EastEnders last year, and then he just sort of said, "Would you fancy seeing about doing EastEnders?" And I was like, "I'd love to." And then so that came along, and then did one, did another one. So it's yeah.
Did you write the bit at the end?
That's all I've done. I just write duff.
Deadly.
But they use it on every episode, so that's
nice. Cha-ching.
yeah. But no, I love it. It's sort of it's kind of, it means I don't have to be getting on a plane every Friday or Thursday at 6 in the morning to fly to somewhere in America, England.
Fucking class.
Traipsing up and down the place and everything. But I still love doing stand up.
But stand up is good for everything, I think, in that it can keep you quite sharp when it comes to spontaneity. I think when it's any form of creation, because it puts you, like, if you had to, like, you know what I mean, I think it does kind of help. You're like, oh wait, well, it does keep the old brain, keeps the cobwebs off the brain at the very least. Like,
yeah,
you know?
I think so. Yeah, it's it means that you're quite sharp, I suppose, a lot.
Like, if you're needed for a witty fucking bit, turn a phrase, it'll come to you pretty fucking handy, because you probably used it somewhere in the old fucking tank in the last month, like, you know.
Yeah, I found it quite hot on dialogue. You know what I mean? If it's a conversation, then I can nail that down pretty well. And then structure is a totally separate thing, but it's like, but that's something you learn.
Yeah, of
rather
course.
than it being, well, no, it does become intuitive, I suppose, but it's like, it's just something that you learn initially. But it's yeah, I think stand-up kind of, you know, they kind of help each other, you know what I mean, a bit, but yeah, but I do like, you know, I think stand-up is something that I always sort of do. But the thing is, it's like, see, the options were like, do you go to Edinburgh, write a show, and hopefully that'll just do a thing, you know, and you just tour it. I don't really like not being at home.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah,
you know, I've gotten to an age now where I sort of go, even if I don't know, it's hard. It's like, you know, writing is, I can do it on my kitchen table with a cup of tea.
Yeah, there's a lot of coziness to it, like, and you're still creating stuff too, like, yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's like I kind of go, and then about 11:30 every day, I'll sort of just go for a walk, and I'll be home for an hour, just go for a mooch, either listen to a podcast or just wander around, or think about the thing I'm writing.
Yeah.
And then normally that's sort of, if you're stuck on a bit or something like that, it just sorts itself out, it unknots itself again, and then you just go home and you carry on, and then, like, yeah, it's all grand. And I sort of do 4 hours a day. Eat shit, Matthew. But it's like, you know, and it's lovely. It's really kind of just, you know, it's what's the word? I don't know. It's just rewarding. It's
satisfying too.
Very satisfying.
Yeah, I found that, like, when the one and only time that I got into a fucking blast of writing myself and a mate of mine. Now, we kind of had to not part ways. He got a job that was fucking taking him away an awful lot. And
Yeah.
the notion was that, look, we won't finish writing this thing. That's 4 episodes of it written. We won't finish writing it until we can get back together. But then there's been a temptation of lately, because I really enjoyed writing it.
Yeah.
Because it was properly sucking diesel. Like, by the time I next got this job that just it takes him overseas now. But I am kind of tempted to go, hey, do you mind if I have a prod around at this and see where it ends up? Even though, I mean, he was very good himself, but he was great for structure.
Yeah.
He was great at
What's
structure.
to stop you emailing it to each other?
Yeah, there isn't really. It would, like, I would nearly act out the parts in front of me, go, yeah, you know, and it was.
It is much easier. Like, I mean, I've written. At the moment, I'm writing with a friend of mine on a film.
Yeah.
And another guy on a sitcom, and they're both in London, separately in London. And it's the guy I'm writing the sitcom with. We see each other every 6 weeks, maybe, and we'll be in his house for maybe. We'll be in his house for maybe half an hour, just talking about it, fucking around, doing it, and then we'll just go to the pub, and that's where we sit and kind of noodle through stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas with the film, it's much more. It's much more over. We're talking the phone, but it's much more over email. But we've done that in a really kind of, in a sort of almost like methodical, strict way. Like, we talked about the story an awful lot on the phone,
Right.
and in person. You know, But then when it came to it, like we broke it down into beats.
Oh jeez, right.
We did a scene breakdown, which we agreed on. You know, everything was agreed on. So what do you think it is?
Yeah.
Tweak that. Then someone did an initial script based on the scene breakdown. Then it was sent. And that wasn't even first draft. That was just basically it's first draft from both of you. Have done a pass on the thing, so that's the first draft. And then we did it like that. So it's constantly we're on the second draft now, and I'm absolutely fucking delighted with it. It's something that I find I like sitting down and just noodling away at it. It's probably the best way I can think of it. It's like saying if something, you know, it's like spider sense. You know, if you read something and it bings in your head, you kind of go, that could be a better end to a scene, or this could be a better hook to that. You know, it's then that's the satisfaction. And then it's also satisfying to come across something that you can't immediately solve, and then you have to kind of spend an hour kind of
throwing it around your head,
around. Yeah. So it's like, whereas with stand-up, I suppose it's a different discipline in the sense much more immediate. You're up on stage. You're kind of, you know, obviously you've got your fucking stuff, but but if you're in some sort of, you know, back and forth with somebody in the audience, then I guess you're just being. But you know, it's a different thing. But I guess, you know, it's like I do love stand-up. I don't love it. I really enjoy doing it. If I loved it, I would be willing to put much more effort into it. I guess it doesn't thrill me in the sense, in the same way that being at home and writing something does.
Yeah,
it's more interesting to me, sort of work out the end of a story and then work backwards to the beginning. Do you know what I mean? And work out how it's going to be.
What's the plan for the movie then?
Just to get it made. We've got finance and stuff, provisional finance for
brilliant.
And cast too. Like, I mean, it's between us, we know people who with their names and stuff. If you get them attached to it, then you can go and talk to investors and get this movie from not the Irish one, but in England. So I guess I don't know. See what happens. Like, nothing might happen, but it's but like there's a couple of dozen people, including like cast and investors and producers, who are pretty into it. And I think there's meant to be draft 3, which should be done by August. No, before August, because in August we're having a read through it done.
Brilliant.
So just tootling away on that, and then sort of and then it's spinning plates really. You kind of get that finished, then you move on to the next thing and see what you want to do. And with the sitcom thing as well, that's been optioned. And it's been optioned in the sense that someone's paying us money not to show it to somebody else.
Nice.
Not to show anyone else.
Yeah.
You know, so
you just imagine somebody kind of just turning their back to you and just handing you like an envelope of money and go, shh, say that.
That's kind of what it is.
Yeah, say that.
Yeah, but it's like, it's nice to be able to sort of just go.
But it puts a value on what you're doing too, like, which is very important for keeping going. Aside from it actually physically being money, somebody's gone, that's a thing that's worth something. So
I guess
you know, because if you're just fucking, like, it's very hard to stay going if you're just fucking pissing up into the wind, like just going, right, we keep throwing ideas here now. Oh, that's falling off a cliff, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's like, and everybody's got, like, I mean, about 7 or 8 sitcoms that have written, and they love them, but they're just in a drawer somewhere. You know what I mean? And you're just gonna go. It's that way. It's, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I wrote a thing 10 years ago that was optioned, and that was optioned for about 3 years. And then they said, "Oh, you're an option for a 4th." I was like, I don't know what I was thinking. I went, no, because I just thought
it's got to be made.
They've done kind of, yeah. They've done nothing with it. It's just sitting there. But like a clown, I could have just let them option it forever, because it's never going to get made anyway. You know what I mean? So this isn't the thing that I'm working on now.
Yeah.
You know, I could have just gone, yeah, all right then. But it's like, but you kind of like, you wanted to. The idea is that you'd like to see it getting made. So
yeah, of course.
But the thing is that there's only so much of that that's in your control, and then if it goes into a system where people just option it and go, you know. And then, but that's what you keep writing. You just kind of go, I'll keep going, and then you'll have stuff at various stages of development. That's the plan. And then some might fall away to dust, you know.
Yeah.
And then others might keep going. It's just getting over hurdles. It's like the fucking Grand National, I suppose. It's like you've a load of ideas, or pitches, or films, or whatever. TV shows that start out of the gate, and then you've got maybe one or two to get over the line.
Keep slinging shit at the wall. Well, I mean, we're back in Dublin, JC.
Here we are,
That
just
was,
coming through, passing Lucan.
So I suppose on that fantastic note, is there anything sci-fi or Marvel related you'd like to leave me with, and the listeners with, as a piece of advice from Johnny Candon? Something clans.
Be class to each other, guys, and watch Doctor Who in October, starring the brilliant Jodie Whittaker, and you know, be humble. You might look in that mirror and go, yeah, I'm you and you're me, let's go, but who are you really? Just be happy in your own skin. Stop being so loud, yeah.
And I'm changing the name of the podcast. Just relax. Just as special.
Just relax. You're king shit of fuck out.
Thank you very much.